Top state in the nation for gun safety, according to the Giffords Law Center. But for all who benefit from all the good here, we know that many Californians are left behind, and many of them are our youth. In a new study of states with the most at-risk youth, WalletHub has ranked California as the #1 state in the union when it comes to the percentage of homeless youth. Addressing homelessness among young people, one of the big priorities for my next two guests, Javon Wilkes, Executive Director of the California Coalition for Youth, and Logan Scheidler, the volunteer manager for that same organization. Gentlemen, welcome to Fox 40 News at 11.
Hi, thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Let's dig into the state of youth homelessness in California. The latest point-in-time count for Sacramento County alone shows that 5% of the 9,278 people identified to be without shelter are youth. The coalition has a statewide campaign focused on just this very topic coming up in just a few months. Javon, what are we succeeding with as a state on this issue, and where are we failing?
Well, right now we are putting funds behind supporting young people. When it comes to different financial opportunities and investments, there are youth set-asides to make sure that nonprofits are able to step in and intercede when the young person is experiencing homelessness. Along with that, we're making sure that all other aspects of supporting youth, from their behavioral health to their physical health, are being paid attention to. And so in November, we have the Youth Runaway and Homelessness Prevention Month, where it is really to bring awareness to key stakeholders, to also community members, and to peers of young people who are experiencing homelessness. And so that is one of the ways in which we are addressing and combating the issue of youth homelessness in our state of California.
Alrighty, Logan, homelessness is an issue most people could point to as something that would definitely put state youth at risk. What's an issue just as serious that most people aren't thinking of?
Yeah, so at the crisis line, youth homelessness and just homelessness in general was one of our top 10 topics. But really, mental health is where we have a lot of callers reaching out to us and seeking services, or just seeking someone to listen to. And that there's not many outlets for youth experiencing homeless, youth with mental health issues, or maybe they don't even know what exactly they're experiencing, because we have youth, calling as young as 9 years old that are just trying to navigate their own emotions and feelings, and they're not certain of what's going on with them. So they'll call us and check in and see, who can they talk to, who's a trusted adult in their life, or who's someone that they can really, just connect with to handle what's going on with them.
And I was just going to bring up this line that the coalition runs. It's a 24/7 crisis hotline for young people. We're going to go ahead and share that number now for everybody watching. It's 1-800-843-5200. I'm going to say it again, 1-800-843-5200. How long has that line been operational? What kind of numbers do you see on it in terms of call volume? Logan, you just mentioned you have kids calling as young as 9. And aside from homelessness and mental health, what else are you hearing that young people are struggling with?
Yeah, a lot of family conflict is one of our top ones. I say number 2 is our family conflict, and it's usually nonviolent family conflict, but it's just dealing with relationships. Relationships are very difficult in all avenues of life, right? Family, partner relationships, friendships are one of our highest call volume wise. We get the most calls for. We get close to between 15 and 20,000 calls a year. Ranging from all different things. And I'd say that the top 10 is any kind of mental health issues, anxiety, depression, maybe an undiagnosed mental health issue. And then we have dating and family conflict and homelessness is kind of where we're at. And I also want to just mention too, that 1-800 number that you just disclosed is also, you can text that number. And we've been around since 1986. And folks, that the text number is sort of new. It's been around since 2017, but folks can call or text that number 24/7. And we have somebody available to chat with them.
Really good resource for young people. And Javon, every time we have a violent event in our communities, like the mass shooting on K Street in downtown Sacramento, we hear, regardless of the age of the suspects or victims, we hear we need to do more for young people. Young people need to have more positive options. Do you see cities and counties across the state actually following up and creating those options, or just paying those situations lip service?
There is interventions that are happening and prevention opportunities. And again, with the crisis line, we step in and being available, having folks that are available. You have community members that step in and intercede when young people are actually enduring and navigating their emotional experience and the experience overall as it pertains to their community. So, you have communities that are stepping in. The California Youth Crisis Line is available. You have other resources within the communities. So folks are stepping up and stepping in and leaning into these moments. And of course, there's going to be people who are not going to be participating. But right now, the focus is on those who are interceding and intervening in pivotal moments like that cause havoc within our communities.
All right, and just quickly, if somebody is listening to this, hearing about the coalition for the first time, Logan, how can they step up and help the coalition help young people?
Yeah, so we train volunteers every couple of months because it is a 40-hour training. We want to make sure that they get as much training as possible. So if we want to step up and help out, the youngest we take volunteers is 16 years old. And so if they are looking to reach out to us, they can email me, Logan at CalYouth, that's LOGAN at CALYOUTH.org. Or they can go on our website, and there's also an application on there too, and our website is calyouth.org. So either way, they can reach out to me or go on our website and apply to be a volunteer. And the only requirement is 16 years old and living in California.
All righty. A lot of people in the situations that happen with our young people across the state, they feel really powerless, but this is a way that they can step up and actually really do something. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.